So we got a very interesting story to tell you about. This is about the FBI director, Kash Patel, which is very troubling. And then we talk about the other part of this and what's been going on with all these different investigations, all these different, like, looking into this and looking into that, and a lot of stuff's getting squashed. Some things aren't getting squashed, but some things are getting squashed. But I got this very troubling story about Kash Patel. But before I get into that, I need you to hit that subscribe button. Kash Patel slammed for using $60 million FBI jet to watch his girlfriend perform. Now, I understand his girlfriend is a very attractive young lady. But the reality is, when the country has a shutdown and SNAP is going to be cut off to all the sort of people that are like looking for that, this doesn't look good. It's not a good look. But again, this is a guy from the deep state. This is a guy that worked for Obama. And I think in a lot of ways he's trying to embarrass, Make America Great Again, and the movement, and President Trump in particular. And this is not going well within the administration, by the way. It isn't at all. FBI policy requires the director to use aircraft for security reasons, but also to be paid the cost of any personal travel at commercial rates. Now, I don't know if this happened. Let me read this article from NDTV. From New Delhi. This is from around another part of the world. You'll get better articles from someplace else than you will here in America. FBI Director Kash Patel allegedly used a government jet to attend his girlfriend's singing performance at a wrestling event in Nashville, according to flight records and claims made by a former FBI agent. This is not good. Kyle Serafin, a former FBI agent and outspoken MAGA supporter, said on his podcast that Patel flew aboard a $60 million Department of Justice jet to see his girlfriend, country singer Alexis Wilkins, perform at the Real American Freestyle Wrestling event at Pennsylvania State University over the weekend. And they posted pictures, amazingly enough. Flight logs, as per the Independent show that a Justice Department registered aircraft left Manassas Regional Airport in Virginia on October 25th, landing about 40 minutes later at State College Regional Airport in Pennsylvania. The Federal Aviation Administration lists the aircraft registered owner at the FBI National Headquarters in Washington, D.C., suggesting it was an official government plane. A passenger manifest has not been released, leaving unclear whether Patel was on board. Roughly 2.5 hours later, the same jet reportedly flew to Nashville, Tennessee, where Wilkins lives. So this thing's been shushing around. So it wasn't like he went to one place. He went all over the place. Patel, of course, is 45 years old. He's dating a young lady's 26, half his age. They shared photos of the two together on social media. Wasn't that special? The event, co-founded earlier this year by the late and legendary Hulk Hogan, featured Wilkins performing a song as part of the wrestling program. FBI policy requires the director to use official aircraft for security reasons, but also to pay the cost of any personal travel at commercial rates. Earlier, now, I know that when Patel was not in government over the last year or so, he'd been talking about this plane, from what I understand. Serafin talked about this plane and about how Kash Patel was against personal use of the FBI plane to go and do personal stuff. Why did he do that? Why don't you drive up there? Why don't you take a charter plane? Why don't you take a commercial plane? I'm sure he knew about this for a long time, that this young lady, this girl, was going to be singing at this event. You know, I mean, let's be real here. Let's be real, to be honest with you. Now, here's another part of this video, and this is very troubling, is Charlie Kirk. As you know, Charlie Kirk was murdered almost 2 months ago, and the story is, the story that's been presented in front of us is that Tyler Robinson was a lone gunman, and that he hated Charlie Kirk. He was stalking Charlie Kirk. He was obsessed with him prior to the days prior to it and the weeks prior to it. If you asked his boyfriend, this trans person, who has disappeared off the face of the map, and people are starting to wonder what's going on there. But we have this situation where there was a meeting. Now, before you get into the meeting, I would mention that, most importantly, there's been a lot of witnesses in this case. people that are going to be at the trial. At least 3,000 people have been given a gag order by the judge in Utah that you can't talk about it. So if you're a witness to the crime, you can't go on national TV and talk about what you saw, because you could go to jail. Isn't that interesting? Interesting. But to go back, there was a meeting about a month ago, a secret meeting with the people in the White House. This included Kash Patel. This included Tulsi Gabbard. This included the vice president and a few others, a very small group. So someone in this group got information out to Alex Jones, telling him that that Kash Patel put the kibosh on any kind of investigations when it came to looking at conspirators to this assassination. That has been squashed. So if there was some kind of domestic issue, if there were domestic, conspirators, that's been squashed by Patel. If there was any foreign influence, that's been squashed by Kash Patel at this meeting. And the people were so mad behind the scenes about this that there was a shouting match between Patel and between Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is probably the best person in Trump's inner circle. That she will do the hard stuff when these people won't do the hard things. She should be in charge of the FBI, the CIA. She's NSA right now, but she should be in charge of the FBI, in my opinion, because she'll get all this information. She'll start digging. And again, I mentioned that the Kash Patel worked for Obama, and he was in the deep state long before he worked for Trump. But this is very troubling, because I have felt for quite a while that Tyler Robinson is not the murderer of Charlie Kirk, because there's a lot of inconsistencies with his story. He has said that he's innocent. The family has, even though they gave him up, he said he wasn't guilty of the crime when they brought him before the judge, what I meant. And even though he confessed to the family's been very quiet. And the boyfriend has disappeared. There were people in Utah, people in the town where this assassination took place, were bragging about how Charlie Kirk was going to be assassinated on that specific day. And there were people in the crowd cheering this situation. They were cheering that he got killed, that he got shot. We also know that the behavior of Charlie's security team was very suspicious. Okay, we know that it's a very suspicious situation there. So we have a lot of questions about this situation. We also have Candace Owens, who has completely gone off the deep end and just throwing out all this stuff out there, accusing the Trump administration of this. I don't believe that for a second. But the deep state has very deep roots, and it's deeply rooted in this entire country and in this entire world. Charlie Kirk was a threat to them. They were trying to send a message. That's why they did this during the day. Everybody could see it. It was out in the open, but it wasn't so out in the open. The people that did this stuff are professional people. They've done this stuff before, where they've assassinated people in broad daylight, and they're very good at it. They've been doing this for hundreds of years. The ability to assassinate someone is as old as Caesar himself. If everyone's involved, can't accuse one person. But when one person is accused, there's been more than one person involved. If you notice, all the last sort of important assassinations or assassinations attempts, it's always been by a so-called lone gunman. And that lone gunman does not get the death penalty, at least recently. I don't believe Tyler Robinson is going to get the death penalty, because I don't think he's guilty of this crime, even though he confessed to his family. Look at John Hinckley. John Hinckley should have gotten the death penalty for trying to kill the President of the United States. They put him in a nut house. Meanwhile, he was friendly with the Bush family, with one of the Bush sons. But we have here a very troubling situation, and we see Kash Patel showing himself to be a hypocrite, flying around in this plane, and now he's putting the kibosh on the Charlie Kirk assassination. We don't investigate. We don't go where the trail leads. We don't like and talk to the people that protected Charlie Kirk. Very strange behavior, and it's something we have to hold him accountable. And behind the scenes, President Trump is not happy with his team. He's not happy with Patel. He's not happy with Pam Bondi. They're moving too damn slow in this situation. We don't have a lot of time here, okay, to get this right. Now, there are going to be more prosecutions. Jack Smith is going up. He's going to do time. I think that he's in deep trouble. He's in deep manure. That's for damn sure. Well, you let me know what you think about this video, and of course, I'll have more stuff on this. Any kind of like things I hear about Charlie Kirk and how important it is. This has been going on since day of Caesar. We got to find a way to stop this stuff and expose as much as we can. So thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you later.